Welcome back to Springfield Arms. You with Zahid again on the podcast Guns and Coffee. And today we're asking the question, can women carry firearms effectively? Short answer, yes. Contrary to what a lot of males may think, women can be highly effective when carrying a firearm in a self-defense situation. Let's just backtrack a little bit. One of the main criteria in, be it a male or female, choosing a firearm and being able to carry it effectively is the ability to carry the firearm comfortably. So that will entail the way you dress. And it's often overlooked in that when people buy firearms, they tend to overlook that they might be carrying that firearm more than often. And if you're carrying that firearm in weather, for example, like today, it feels like 35, 36 degrees here in Durban, you've got to ask yourself, how am I going to be dressed in this type of weather? And am I able to carry that firearm concealed in this weather comfortably? And that's where the size and the feel of the firearm is going to come into play. When it comes to women are very specific about the way they dress. Okay, they've got a certain style. And if that woman wants to carry that firearm every day, she's got to ask herself the question, how am I going to carry that firearm? Do I wear a dress? Do I wear jeans? You understand? So most women will not change the way they dress. They're not going to change their style based on the firearm that they're buying. So you've got to find a happy medium where that firearm's got to fit into their lives in such a way it's not going to hinder them in the way they dress, in the way they move around. So, for example, some of the innovative carry methods for women, the tank top. So this particular garment is worn obviously on the inside, and the firearm is carried in a concealed condition or concealed pouch under the armpit. Okay, naturally you can't use a big firearm there. It's going to hang, it's going to cause discomfort. So smaller firearm, that's one method. Then you've got stuff like belly bands, goes around the belly, firearm gets concealed and holstered in a belly band. Okay, then there's the cycling shorts type holster, where the cycling shorts is worn on the inside and there's a holster that is sewn onto the cycling shorts, whether it's left hand or right hand. Once again, the firearm gets concealed there. It's got to be small. Okay, so you've got to look at these types of things. You might carry the firearm in the handbag. So these are various carry methods that can be employed or deployed by women to carry firearms effectively. However, the carrying of the firearm is one aspect. Once again, back to basics, the ability to shoot that firearm, that's male or female, accurately, fast enough and comfortable enough under stress. So the ability for a woman to carry a firearm effectively will depend on how comfortable she is carrying that firearm, in the way she dresses, adapting that firearm to her style, her handbags, etc., etc. And also, more importantly, the time spent on the range practicing. Very, very important. And notwithstanding that, the mental aspect and the responsibility of carrying a firearm has to be brought into consideration. This is without doubt the foundation, the mental aspect. You know, a lot of guys bring their wives and their girlfriends, etc., and say, listen, you buy the firearm, and yes, the firearm, you're going to carry this firearm, and automatically it's going to equal protection for you. False. You've got to take into consideration all these factors, and then you can say, yes, this woman can carry a firearm effectively. Therefore, defend herself effectively should the need arise. Have a great day. I'm out of here. Keep punching.